Hey everyone, welcome back to my Kikker build. This is part 2. Let me show you what I got going on. If you hadn't seen any of the other videos, it's HK1. I'm doing a Honda 350 twin on it. As you can see, I haven't gotten real far. I've taken a few things off, kind of moved some things around so I have more space, but I don't have a mount here. I don't know what happened to it. I think it was that way when I bought the bike, but I'm building mounts. I'm using cardboard to make templates and stuff like that. And so over here I have my cardboard, made some templates, cut out of 1/4 inch steel, and this is what we come up with. Turned out pretty nice. And that's going to be my rear mount. And then I guess I'm going to be putting something here. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I may run the mount off the Honda through the frame and weld it in and do another smaller one here. It's pretty much just a round, almost like another piece of frame, but that's almost solid. On the top, it's pretty simple. It was just a kind of like a hanger. I haven't got it's on. It's just not attached because I've got to get this very front one done first. On the front one, as you can see, there's not a lot of space. I've got a piece of, I don't know, I guess it's like 1/8 inch steel holding the motor up off the frame, because I just really didn't want it sitting on the frame. It'd be a crap load of vibration. I'm building a piece to go from one side to the other under here. I'm going to weld it in with, like, I guess you'd call them dog ears on each side of these. And that's what this is. It's a 1/4 inch steel also. And then all these dog ears are going to sit like this. I'm going to weld it together, weld it on the frame, and bolt it to the motor. Should hold the motor up, like I said, like it's about a 1/16 inch or 1/8 inch, not 1/16. And it'll give me some leeway to kind of roll it forward a little bit. That way I got more room in these other areas. I don't have a whole lot of room here with the starter, but I think it's going to work. I just got to do, that one's got to be done before I can finish the other two. And I'm going to start working on that today, and I'll come back to in a few minutes. Thanks. Alright, so here's the front mount that I was talking about with the dog ears. It'll pretty much, it'll go on. See that? Similar to this. It'll go up and on. Gonna make a few adjustments to get it on there, but I don't think it's gonna take a whole lot. And get it mounted, get it welded to the frame, and then we can bolt it to the motor and then start working on the other mount. Okay, so we got lower front mount welded to the frame. Got to get other things situated. I'm going to take the whole front end off the wheel and forks and everything so I can maneuver, and got to do some other cutting and welding and grinding. Got this piece here, this bar that come across, right across here, we cut off because we're moving it up. We got to grind all that off and fix that and then reattach it. So it'd be easier if I can do it with the frame flipped over. So that's what I'm working on next. We'll see. I'll get this front end taken apart and I'll come back. Okay, got my front end off, back wheel off, got the motor back up there, got it pretty much mounted. See, the motor is not touching the frame. There's a gap all the way across. And my new mount, on my front mount that we built, it's not bolted in, the bolts are just holding it there. That way, it sits on these bolts and I can roll it towards the front if I have to, which I did that. And then I set my top mount, drilled 2 holes through the frame, bolted this down after I'd rolled the motor forward and run the bolt through the top. And I got my rear mount on. Now it's time to figure out how I'm going to attach it here at the frame. So that'll be the next thing I start working on, and I'll come back to it when I start cutting and drilling and welding. Alright, so here we're working on the rear mount. As you can see, I've got it on the motor. What I did is I took the bolt and this piece right here off the Honda bike, and I ran it through the frame. We're going to weld it to the frame here, and I've come up with another one right here, and these are the same eyelets that go for your foot controls. I ordered an extra set, and it just seems to be like something that'll work really well, but it fits right inside these. I'm going to put it in the frame just like this one. You see I've got a screwdriver already where I drilled my first hole. I'm just going to widen up the frame here. I'm going to run that metal tubing through there and weld it in. And weld this one in. Should be good to go. Alright, the guy you just seen welding is my son. He's on his 4th quarter in college. He's an amazing welder. He's doing all of my welding. And as you can see, we welded the posts in here for the back bracket. Front bracket's welded in. The upper brace is welded back in. I'm actually going to mount my coil here, so it'll come off this way. It'll be out of the way of everything and should work pretty good. I'll start putting the motor back and everything back together here in a few minutes. She's all mounted up. Top bracket, locking nuts, and lower bracket washers. Plenty of blue Loctite. Rear mount timed out pretty nice. All bolts are in. Loaded with Loctite. Should be good to go. And that's it for this one. And I'm going to start mounting the coils there, start wiring. So next video I'll be doing my wiring, putting other stuff back together. Thanks for watching.